Do you guys know this earphone, you know, one from Moondrop that has been kind of popular for the past like 9 months or a year or so, you know, Moondrop Aria. It sucks now. Yeah, don't buy it anymore. Just shove it to the side and buy this one instead. Hey friends, Timmy, welcome back to another video on Giz Audio, and of course, the intro was a joke. The Aria doesn't suck. The Aria is still good, still worth the price till today. But what's true though is there is a bunch of competition now that gives the Aria a good run for its money. Like for example, the cheaper IEMs like the Truthears Hola, the Tangsu 1 the 7Hz Zero, all those single dynamic driver IEMs at the budget realm has gotten very good, and the Aria is looking less and less and less appealing. And even within the same price bracket, there is a competition to the Aria as well, and that is the Heartmirror Pro. This thing is tuned very similar to the Aria, maybe with a little bit more of a vocal focus, a little bit more of that upper mid-range bump, if you will, and a little less of that graininess in the treble as well, making this sound more neutral, and the Aria sounds slightly bit more V-ish. And this one, coming in at the exact same price as the Aria, also has better accessories than the Aria. This comes with a cable with 3 termination options, 2.5, 3.5, and 4.4. The Aria does not come with that, and also the cable quality of this is also better than the Aria. I really don't like the Aria cable, the cloth. Ugh. Now, for those of you who are newer to the community, you might not know what the Aria sounds like, and by extension, you won't know what the Heartmirror Pro also sounds like. So let me explain very briefly right now. The Heartmirror Pro overall has a neutral presentation with quite a bit of bass boost and warmth coming in the lower mid-range as well. So vocals like male vocals and female vocals comes across with a little bit more heft and less cleanliness than your typical neutral IEM. Some people like the extra heft, it makes them feel more naturally warm, and in this case it works really well. It doesn't sound overly muddy or overly congested in any way. It just sounds warm. Yeah, just nice and warm sounding vocals. The upper mid-range on the Heartmirror Pro is quite elevated, so vocals do come across very forward, and I would say more forward than the bass in this case. Opposite in the Aria has bass that sometimes can come across a little bit more forward than the vocal. The overall timbral qualities of the Heartmirror Pro is also good. Like I said again, the treble is a little bit more tame than on the Aria, so you don't get that kind of nagging graininess that the Aria has. The natural decay of some instruments, especially some that lives in the higher octave, sound more natural on the Heartmirror than on the Aria. Now, the issue that both the Aria and the Heartmirror Pro has is the treble extension is not the smoothest. Now, this is an issue with majority of single dynamic driver set. It's kind of the hallmark signature of a DD. So it's not really a fault to just the Heartmirror Pro, it's a fault of DDs in general. They just don't really do too well when it comes to a linear treble extension. Now, let's bring up my detail scale really quickly and rank this technical performance. I would rate the Aria the same area as the Starfield, and I would rate the Heartmirror Pro exactly the same spot. It's basically an Aria with more boosted upper mid-range, which means more forward vocals, and also tamer treble area, which means again less graininess. But all in all, the technical performance detail level is all on the same grade. Basically 2 IEMs that are very similar, just different flavors. Now, if you ask me to pick between the two though, I would say that the Heartmirror Pro is just slightly bit better than the Aria for me because it doesn't have the unnatural graininess, and that comes in really big when you're trying to listen to music and you want the most natural experience possible. The Heartmirror Pro just gives me that more natural experience, and also with the vocals being more forward, that fits my library better because I like my female vocals to be more lively. I don't like it when the bass is too much that it kind of not cover the vocalist per se, but is more pronounced or more emphasized in the song than the vocalist. So for me, and if you listen to a library that's similar to mine, you care about vocals, then the Heartmirror Pro is better than the Aria as an option. So the final ranking for the Heartmirror Pro is halfway thumbs up. Yes, it's not the best option at this price, but it's still a very solid option, and I wholeheartedly recommend this set. Now that we're done with the Heartmirror Pro, I'm gonna take a little bit of time to talk about the Truthears Hola now, because I haven't talked about that set yet on the channel. $18.99 Truthears Hola comes across as a very bassy neutral IEM that leans a little bit more on the tamer or darker side of treble, if you will. It's very relaxing. Some might say dull. I think it's kind of dull in the vocal area, if I'm honest with you. Vocals don't come across the most lively for me, which doesn't really hit my preference that well. But the rest of the signature is nice. It has a lot of fun bass, and the upper mid range is correct for the most part. Just a little issue in the treble area, and that's all. For $18.99, it gets a green thumbs up from me. If you like something more relaxing than the Moondrop Shoe or the 7Hz Zero, which at times can have way too much treble and can be grainy in the case of the 7Hz Zero, or metallic in the case of the Moondrop Shoe, the Truthears Hola comes in and fits a small little void in the budget realm very well. We don't have a neutrally tuned IEM in the budget realm that has kind of a tamer treble presentation. So Hola fills that spot in really well and becomes just another great option in the budget realm. So just a quick recap. My budget realm tier list, I would say Tangsu Wan is still my favorite. Second being the 7Hz Zero, third being the Hola, and fourth being the Moondrop Shoe. Just these four, you can start with any one of them, you'll be completely fine. The Tangsu Wan is a little bit more on the tamer side treble-wise as well, but vocals are more forward and more meaty. 7Hz Zero is pretty well balanced, more vocal-centric, has a lot of treble, so it could be grainy for some of you guys out there. The Moondrop Shoe has very energetic vocals and can come across a little bit too spicy or metallic-y at times, and the Hola is, like I said, very relaxing, bassy, smooth IEM. Alright, that is it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. I'd like to thank my Patreon subscriber now. We have Kay, Chadwick, Suniro, Norm, Ben, Robert, and Mason. Thank you so much for the support of the channel. If you guys want to support the channel yourself, link to Patreon is below. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye.
君が笑うだけで何でもできる気がする一緒に